Oh, okay, good. We are live. Alright, everyone. Welcome to the Season 1 off-season live stream here for the Memphis Tigers Dynasty. And the Season 1, it was pretty successful Year 1 under Jakub Kolinkov was pretty successful, but it ended in a disappointing fashion when Memphis nearly made a major fourth quarter comeback in the Fiesta Bowl against Kansas, but lost by 8. So, 10-4 is still a pretty good record, especially for Memphis in 1 year under Jakub Kolinkov. And before we get started with the actual offseason, we are going to recap Season 1 for you. But first, let me make sure I get this tweeted out. Just so that if anyone wants to come and join it, you can. Alright. So year 1 of this Memphis Dynasty, we went and we took on Ball State. And that was a 31-28 victory. The first touchdown of the year came on an 83-yard fumble return. Jacob Karam had 1 touchdown to 3 picks. That's something that would become a recurring theme throughout the season, multiple interceptions. But week 2, we went on the road against Ole Miss, and we lost by 2. Now, Ole Miss didn't have a very good year, but they're still an SEC team. That wasn't a game I thought we would even have a chance to win. And we very nearly did. If I remember correctly, we had a field goal at the end to try and take the lead. And it was just not any good. We bounced back and beat Middle Tennessee State the next week, though. Then after a bye week, we had probably one of the greatest games I have ever played on NCAA. It was an instant classic at UConn. We scored on a 4th and 21, I think it was. Maybe it was only 4th and 11, but it was 4th and a lot. We got the touchdown to take the lead. We had an interception, and then we fumbled it, so we gave UConn another chance. Then we stopped them on downs. That is one of my favorite games I've ever played on NCAA, I think. And then the next week we beat UCF 13-10. And we took down San Jose State 21-9. And then our win streak, we reached 5 in a row with a win at UAB in week 9. And then we lost at Cincinnati 7-16. That was a game where our 2 quarterbacks combined for like 6 interceptions. As a matter of fact, it was 6. Karam had 1 and Gilchrist had 6 after Karam got hurt. Or he had 5 after Karam got hurt, my bad. And then week 11, we barely beat Southern Miss. We lost in 3 overtimes to South Florida. We won in overtime against Kent State. And then we made the epic 4th quarter comeback. Last minute comeback on senior day against Colorado State. Scored 14 points in the final minute 3 seconds. Included an onside kick. And then we took down Cincinnati in overtime in the conference title game. That was a 2 overtime game, I do believe. Yeah, 2 overtimes. And then we lost to Kansas in the bowl game. And at one point I think we were down like 22 or 20 to something. Wait, I didn't want to advance to off season. Cancel. Alright, oh, we can still check the season stats. I'm sorry you guys don't get to know how the bowl results ended up. That was my bad. I did not mean to advance. I really didn't. So we'll go ahead and check the season stats for everyone real quick. Karam had a 94 QB rating. Went 204 of 385, 2,103 yards, 16 touchdowns. And I'm so scared to see this next number because I know it's about 5 times too high. Yeah. 34 interceptions. Oh boy. That's something we've got to work to cut back on in Season 2. He had 18 more picks and touchdowns. 52 completion percentage. Brandon Hayes, 283 carries, 1,121 yards, 19 touchdowns. He had no fumbles. Jay Steve, the backup, had 18 carries, 63 yards. Karam had 80 carries, 60 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Oh, yeah, 2 fumbles. Receiving, Brandon Hayes led in receptions. He had 64 of them, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 drops. Joe Craig had 53 catches, 760 yards, 8 scores, 7 drops. Kayvon Malone, 32 catches, 490 yards, 2 touchdowns. He caught the touchdown that gave us the win in the UConn game, I remember. He also had 13 drops. So, yeah, drops plagued us a lot of the year, not even gonna lie. Tevin Jones, 22 catches, 259 yards, 1 score, 11 drops. Jesse Millison had 14 catches, 106 yards, 1 score. Reggie Travis, 11 catches, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 drops. That's not too bad. We'll take a look at the defensive. Charles Harris led in both solo and total tackles. Monty Valentine was next, Anthony Watson. So 2 of our top 3 tacklers were seniors. Our top one was a freshman. Our 4th one was a junior. Bakari Hollier's down there. Winton McManus, Chauncey Lanier, Bobby McCain, Corey Jones, Johnny Farms, Deion Whitty, Anthony Brown. Oh. Tevin Jones had 10 tackles. Wonder how many of those were off of picks. Who led in tackles for loss? Charles Harris, he had 17. Corey Jones had 14. Anthony Brown had 13. Johnny Farms had 12. Tank Jakes had 9. Lanier and McManus both had 8. We look at sacks. Corey Jones had 12. Farms had 8. And then Lanier and Harris both had 4. Interceptions. Hollier led our team with picks. He had 6 of them. Bobby McCain had 4. Tank Jakes and Anthony Watson both had 3. Lanier had 2. Whitty, Fritz Etienne, and Charles Harris all had 1. Deflections, Hollier probably led in that with a tie with Valentine. Valentine, Lanier, and McManus all had forced fumbles. Charles Harris, Johnny Farms, Dion Whitty, and Tank Jakes all recovered fumbles. Harris and Hollier both had defensive touchdowns. Harris had the fumble recovery to start the year, and Hollier had a pick 6 against UConn. Jake Elliott went 9 of 11, 81 percentage along a 39. Perfect on extra points. Went 0 of 2 from 40 to 49 and didn't try any from further. Hornsby had 13 punts. One of them was down inside the 20. Returning, Joe Craig had 31 returns, 897 yards, 1 touchdown. Carl Harris had 27 returns for 807 yards. And then Harris did the punt returns. And at some point I gotta remember I got a head coach skill to use.